Many farmers grapple with shortage of feed and fodder for their livestock due to unpredictable rain patterns and the quality of available fodder. The downside of this is that it affects productivity of their livestock and their incomes. For Mary, a farmer based in Limuru, her story resonates with that of many farmers.
We have challenges that whenever you get your napier, it's like energy. When you get your maize stovers, they're energy. When you get the grass on the ground, it's energy. There was no veggies for the cows in simple terms. So that's when we decided to work with the aircraft people to promote fodders, because they have a range of varieties that can go from 30% protein to about 40% protein, which is not easy to get in any other bag or any other source.
Her narrative has, however, changed after she was introduced to the tree lucerne, also known as Tagasaste, a fodder tree which traces its origins from the Canary Islands, vastly grown and consumed in Australia, and currently gaining traction in Africa.
It's widely used on very deep sandy soils in Western Australia, but not elsewhere. But we introduced it into Ethiopia in 1984, where we grew it from about 1,600 metres to 3,500 metres altitude, and it had very wide adoption by farmers. And it also brought bees back into some of those areas, and certainly increased the bird life very substantially. So it had enormous impacts in terms of general environment.
It has the same nutritional value as alfalfa, so it's very high in protein. It's a high quality animal feed with a high digestibility, total digestibility. It's very adaptable to different soil types and climates. pH is anywhere between 4 and 7. It's also very drought tolerant because it has a very deep taproot system. So it has access to groundwater, whereas other forage crops have quite a shallow root system.
These features make the plant very adaptable in Kenya. Luxam, a UK-based farm, is currently commercializing production of Tagasaste seedlings with the aim of providing better feeds and profitable opportunities to farmers. They have begun by establishing a nursery in Kenya and plan to expand to Somalia.
The farmers would benefit from feeding their own livestock, and also they will have a commercial market for it, whether selling to us as a company or selling even within their own communities. So it's got a dual advantage in that respect, and I think the farmer will realize its advantages because it's connected to their livestock, and also it's a cash crop. The attributes of the plant are well known. Farmers are struggling with nutrition for the livestock. In order to commercialize this through an outgrowing scheme, we would need to, of course, explain and educate those farmers on the advantages of Tagasaste and or other crops, by the way, and then teach them how to grow them, the seedlings into hardy plants, and teach them how to harvest them, and probably even help them to plan their dietary regimes for their animals.
Luxam plans to upscale the uptake of this nutrient-rich, affordable and resilient crop across the country. To do so, it needs support from investors and organizations working towards resilient agriculture. So far, it has received business advisory support through the Netherlands Development Organization under the Catalytic Sustainable Agribusiness Investment Project (CSAI), which seeks organizations working towards introduction of innovative agri-solutions.
SNV, through the support of USAID Feed the Future initiative, is implementing the Catalytic Sustainable Agribusiness Investment Project that is helping enterprises that are inclusive in nature, meaning that they are involving the smallholder farmers as business partners, and also those activities are helping the farmers to be more resilient and also mitigate against effects of climate change. How we support Luxam is ensuring that we do business advisory to help them in terms of how they can then tap into more opportunities, but more importantly, these enterprises suffer from what we call the missing middle in terms of investments. They have reached a level where they are too big for the micro finance institutions, but also too small for the commercial finance institutions. So now we are trying to work with impact investors who are also interested in not only economic returns, but also on social and environmental returns.
Luxam is one among 31 innovative enterprises being supported under the CSAI project, where 26 are Kenyan and 5 Ethiopian companies. So what's unique about Luxam's business model?
Their business model is such that they want both to grow the plant commercially and pellet it for sale, but they're also involving the smallholder farmers like this one here to be the outgrowers. So they'll grow the seedlings in a big way so that more and more farmers can access seedlings, because I think right now, because the plant is not very popular in Kenya, the seedlings are expensive and they're not readily available. So they'll do that, but also provide market for the farmers for excess. So farmers can use the plant to feed their animals the way it is, but also for excess they can also sell it to Luxam. So that way we think it is a very interesting innovation that is really including the farmers as business partners. But of course, if this plant can also grow in very poor regions like the northern parts and northeastern parts of Kenya, right now they are doing their nurseries in Laikipia, it means then we increase the tree cover in our country. So that also helps in terms of mitigation issues.
As Luxam sets the pace in upscaling the uptake of resilient crops, more investment and support is needed for such undertakings to make business and investment sense for farmers like Mary and other stakeholders along these value chains. Find out more about Luxam by visiting their website.